Good morning, good people. This is Lee Craft, the host of The What If podcast. Today's show is about my new book that I just wrote. All men have experienced pain, some kind of pain. You know what I'm saying? You probably say, Lee Craft, that ain't true. Shh, the devil's a lie. Every man has experienced some kind of pain. I'm gonna give a little example of mine, right? I was dating my girlfriend at the time, right? And came across this girl. She was just staring at me, like, staring at like, and my girlfriend said, "You know her?" "No." Where you know her from?" "I know, we know her from the same place. Here." I'm just playing. But before we get started, if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com or go to Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, or Instagram. Look for the animated black man, the white beard, smiling and profiling, and finally realize, y'all trying to sign me up. Yeah, look, I'm just playing. And like I said, people, all men have experienced some kind of pain. The pain of your girlfriend walking down the street with another man, and it's your best friend. Look, it wasn't funny then, but look back over and say, "Man, you know what? God, I thank you. I thank you. I could." Look, you got to laugh at a lot of things that go on inside your life. Cause like I said, though, people think that everything was meant for you to have. No, everything was meant for you to have. That's why God, said, "Leandrew, yes, Father, you don't need that. Thank you, Father. You sure don't need that, Father?" "Oh, yeah, Leandrew." Look, every man has experienced some kind of pain. It's going to be a loss of a job, betrayal of a friend, betrayal of yourself. You're going to experience some kind of pain. Everybody's pain is different. Just say you going somewhere out and about, right? You find your friend lied to you. Probably, but you don't know the motive why he lied to you. But all you know that he lied to you. Did it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. You got hit by a truck, an airplane, a train, and it's still piling on more trucks, more trains, and more planes. You just can't get away from nothing. Oh, should I say nothing, man? But no, like I said, every man has experienced some kind of pain and stuff. Like I can recall the time I was in front of the class, right? This girl I liked, right? She's about 5th grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, something like that. And teacher called me to the board, like spelling bee, and Lee Craft, your word is B. B. I said, okay, B. Okay, B. I said, B. Lee Craft said, "Yeah, you said B." I'm just playing. But if I did have to spell the word B, I'd probably spell it the same exact way. B. And I've been done with it. I'd have took a bow and stepped to the side. But no, like I said though, people are watching you do certain things and you fail at what you was doing. You thought you was good at, and you fail. It kind of hurts. It's a pain. It's a pain. Death of a child. It's a pain. When you trying to put your family together, you're trying to hold the family together and stuff, and it's getting harder and harder. That's a pain. It's a pain. But the pain gets easy when you know who you are and you know who's watching over you. That's what sometimes we forget. But be mindful. No matter what you're going through, I can guarantee you one thing, that is going to be okay as long as you make God a part of your life. That's the what if guarantee. What if? What if you add God to your diet? What if you add God to your diet? I guarantee you a lot of those pains that you have, you won't feel a thing. It'd be like you painless. What's the word they call it? I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Sometimes we have them brain freezing. You have brain freezing. People say that sometimes they don't have no brain freezing. Shh, man, look, man. It's Friday. I just want to sit there. I want to laugh, and I want to get you out of your groove of being unhappy, being sad. Let you know, hey, it's going to be okay. Everybody's dealing with something. Every pain has a remedy. And sometimes the remedy is laughter. Sometimes the remedy is laughing at yourself. Sometimes the remedy is getting out of your own way. Sometimes the remedy is just being still. Everything has a solution, even to the death of a loved one. Because we all know what? They're going to die. Sometimes the death may come in a way that we didn't see coming. And, oh man, it's hard to get. And if you was right good to that person, it's gonna be okay. Get over the sting and just prepare for what's next. Your daughter getting married, new beginning. Kind of find out that the guy she married has been beating her. That's a pain because you want to help her, but you can't help her if she don't want you to help her. You understand what I'm saying? So next thing you know, like, how in the world did I get here? For her. That's my daughter. She set me up. I'm trapped. I'm trapped by this thing called life. Life and love. Life and love. So, you're going to do what you can. Everybody's pain is different. You got to live with it and deal with it. Deal with it the best way you possibly can. But don't stay there. Don't stay there. God don't want you to stay there on that same spot. Look at me. Lost my mom, who I talk to on a daily basis, every day. It hit me hard. It's like a bee was from back in the prehistoric days. That bee went 75 pounds. That must stung me good. But I knew that my mother and I had a relationship, and like I said, hey, we all gonna go and stuff. And like I said, as a guy with a sting, I was good. Every once in a while, it hit me, a tear fall. That's love. But Miss Kimberly Alexander, my book, like I said, it might not outsell your book, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you a run for your money. You know what I'm saying? Because men do experience pain. Going after a woman and she don't want you, she wants your sister. I mean, she wants your best friend. I'm just playing. Oh, look. If you know me, I can find happiness in all types of situations. People say, Lee, how you doing, Lee? I look to God on everything that I say and I do. He's the one to get me through what I'm going through. And like I said, same thing happened to you. So man up. I said, look, God, I accept this pain that I'm in, God. But get the pain to Lee Craft. Because he can handle it. Yeah, I can. Look, God said, son, bring your burdens to me and leave them there. So, men, take your burdens to God and leave them there. So, like I said, I know y'all probably said, Lee Craft, I didn't enjoy this show today. And some people I said, Lee Craft, I love that show today, Lee Craft. Lee Craft, you made me so happy, Lee Craft. Your smile, your laughter, it's contagious. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm hurt. Look, love yourself, learn to laugh at yourself, and learn to tell God thank you for what you're going through, what you're dealing with, because it could always be worse. Yesterday, my garage door broke, and I Googled how did I get it up without, because the bill was stuck inside the garage, how did I get it up without, the spring being broken. It said 300 pounds of pressure. I said, oh, that's it for me. I can't live with 20 pounds. See, look, it could have been worse, right? Could have been worse. It always could have been worse. But I said, look, I said, thank you, God. Thank you. I made it through the day. Thank you. So, like I said, people, that's it for me. Like I said, all men have experienced some kind of pain, and it might have been painful to listen to this broadcast this morning. Then again, it might have been so painful. It might have been a happy painful. You were laughing a lot. So, no, Lee Craft, I enjoyed that pain of laughter, Lee Craft. My side is hurting me. Those are my appendix. So, like I said, with that being said, my children always said, Daddy, you're not a good storyteller. I tell my children, look, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So with that being said, Lee Craft, this is my podcast. But if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com. One band, one sound. Together, we got an opportunity to turn this whole world around. But in order to have a real conversation, you got to have real people. If you want to have a real conversation, have a blessed day. And please find time and make time to tell God thank you. All men have experienced some kind of pain. Stay blessed.